Independent client customer Hyde. This is the Knoxville project. Came back to do a video for the countertop and also to reconfirm all the cabinetry. A couple things to look at real quick. This is a 33-inch cabinet. This is a 3.5-inch filler, okay? So we're gonna make this a 36-inch cabinet with a 1/2-inch filler, just to get a little bit more cabinet space. This one's a 12. I was gonna go ahead and make it a 15. This appliance is not very tall, so there's a lot of wasted space there. If I did a 15, you'd have a 69-inch opening. This little guy here is only 65 inches tall. So I thought about doing that. Unless you wanna do a side-by-side later, we would need to leave it as a 12. Then we got a 15-30 right. We got a 30-12 for an over-the-range microwave, and that's the normal there. Here again, I measured the full length of the wall, and you've got a 3-inch filler right here, 3-inch spacer. So I'm going to make this, instead of a 27, I'll make this a 30-30. That still gives me overall on the full length a 1/2-inch of filler at that end. So we're in good shape as far as everything fitting correctly. This one here is a 24 by 24 corner cabinet with a left-hand hinge. Normally this would be a right-hand hinge. I'm not sure exactly why it's to the left, but we'll leave it that way if that's what you want to go with. On the bases here, we got a 1 1/4 inch dishwasher panel. We have a dishwasher 33-inch sink base, 9-inch tray base, a voided corner. Now this is what I want to show here. There is no access to that corner there or on this side. Okay, so this is a 1.5-inch filler on one side, and they can do that because this is just a door. And then on this side, this is about a 2.5-inch filler. So this was a 27-inch base before, or excuse me, 27-inch regular base cabinet. We're going to make it a 27 drawer base and a 3-inch filler to the right. That's going to make this 54 and I think it's a quarter long. Right now it's 54.5. And again, we've got a footprint here in the floor. So I'm just going to shorten it up just a little bit so we can keep that space we need for the fridge. This is a base 15 over here on the right-hand side. And as again, just trying to maintain the same footprint. So go look at our drawing here, 135 3/4. 135 is the 3-inch incremental. So if we do this with a 36-inch cabinet, 1/2-inch filler or 3/4 filler here, there'll be plenty of room for everything. Again, on the center line of the sink right now, it's 52 inches is the center line of the plumbing. Take a look at the plumbing underneath here, just so we don't have any surprises. We've got cutoff valves, PVC, 1.5 inch, normal stuff that we always see. Looks like you've got a disposer. It is, I don't know, it looks like it's fairly new. It looks like it's still working. And then we've got a supply line going over. We've got one valve for the hot water on the dishwasher, and we've got supply lines going up to the faucet. So everything should hook back up just the way it is. On the upper bar, let's talk about the upper bar real quick. You've got a pass-through section here where it goes straight past the end of the wall. So that'll be fully capped. But this bar is 21 inches wide. It's not 18, it's 21. And it's a CDAT or EDAT bar. It's a raised bar section. This is a waterfall edge with a 4-inch backsplash, left-hand side splash. If you take a look over here, this is notched here. I'm going to go ahead and have them notch this, but I'm going to have them notch it a 1/4 inch longer than this was before, so that this will clean up this caulk line. This thickness is only 1.25 inches. Our new thickness will be 1.5 inches, so this will help cover some of this caulk line that was here before. But we're going to go ahead and have a radius put on this corner. Instead of it being a square corner that's sharp, put a radius, and we'll have a continuous edge band from here all the way around to a radius here, and then back into there to that inside. And that way everything about this will sit exactly like it did before. The caulk lines will be covered, and it'll have a better layout. See, these are already getting chipped on these corners. So we'll do this as a continuous band, and it'll be a lot better as far as the upper bar. It'll need a removable saddle to mount it with. And then the overhang to the inside now is pretty significant, about 3 inches or so of overhang. Let's see here. But that's going to be already done in the notching, about 2 3/4 inches of overhang. But the end of this will definitely be capped, just like that is, and it'll come straight through with that cap on it. So look at your drawing here. 15 1/4 cap, 54 3/8 cap. Down here, 52 is the center of the sink. Double bowl 33 by 22. Is a splash on the left. 93 3/4. So if you take a look back here, there's a pretty significant gap. I mean, almost 3/8 of an inch or so. And over here on this side, it's off the wall just slightly, so it's touching over here in this corner. That tells me that the corner is out of square, obtuse angle out of square. 3, 4, 5 on it's about 60 1/4. So we're going to order this back measurement. It was 93 3/8. We're going to order this back measurement as 93 3/4, and then we'll have the installer scribe or cut this wall to a tapered corner to where this will fit tighter against that wall, and that will give it a cleaner look than this caulking that's got going on in here. I believe that's it. If you have any questions about this one, feel free to give me a call. I do need to find out if you want this as the taller cabinet or if you want this as the shorter cabinet that's already here, so that the refrigerator could be side by side if you wanted to. Otherwise, everything else will be exactly the same. 423-650-1051. Have a great day.